Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gina, and in today's video we're going to be continuing on with the library build. This is the next step in the process. Well, actually it's probably should have been the first step in the process from the staircase that I built in the previous video. I'll put the link in the description box below. But this is kind of going through the ugly phase of the build, which is the step before all of the fun stuff, which is all the decorating and bringing it to life and really kind of adding that story detail to the whole project. So bear with me while we get through this bit and let's get started. For the base, I'm using some scrap wood, and it's 260 millimeters by 420 millimeters. It's approximately 16 millimeters thick. And to help support the walls, I'm using this 18 by 18 millimeter dowel. The walls I'll be making out of 2 layers of 5 millimeter foam board. I'm measuring out 400 millimeters, which will be approximately 2 stories high, and cutting that to length. So for this project I need 10 lengths, and these are going to create the support for the walls as well as some external architectural details. More on that to come because I still haven't really put a lot of thought into it, but that'll be coming out in some later videos. So I'm just going to put that aside for now and start building out these walls. This is the foam board, and I've glued 2 layers together, which was also going to actually help with the strength. And I've measured out the panels to fit the size of the base. So yours might be slightly different if you're using different measurements, but I'm aiming to have a wooden dowel, one at each end and one in the middle. So that's why the panels may look slightly narrow. Now I can start gluing the walls together, and as you can see here, we've got the panel and then the 2 dowels on either side. So this is only making up part of the wall, and I'm actually going to use a mixture of craft glue as well as hot glue. So I'm using the hot glue to create a bit of an instant fix, knowing that the craft glue will set up over time. And this just allows me to kind of get through the project a little bit quicker and not having to spend a lot of time or a lot of dry time waiting for the glue to cure. And here is the second panel, which will complete the wall. I also cut out any windows and doors and basically follow exactly the same process. So making sure that everything is all cut out on a flat surface before I put the dowels in place, and then obviously putting the whole project together. Now it's time to assemble the walls and attach them to the floor. And again, I use a mix of craft glue, which you can see here, and hot glue to help attach the walls to the floor and give me that instant fix, which definitely helps with the dry time. And I'm just going to start on this left-hand side and then work my way around the project. Moving on to the walls in the library, I'm covering these in mat board, and first I cut out the back wall to size and then trace out the windows so I know that they will be exactly the same size. Once I've cut them out, I mark which cutout is the top and bottom, as I will be using these later when I create some shutters. And it not only saves on materials, but I know that they will be a perfect fit. I followed the same process as the back wall, using mat board for the two side walls, and these will actually form the back of each of the bookshelves. To create the bookshelves, I first cut strips of the same mat board, which is the depth of the shelves, and for this project it's about 25mm. Then after I've marked where all the shelves will go, which you can see my pencil lines on the back of the bookcase, I can start gluing it all together. Here I'm just using craft glue, as I know it works really well with paper and dries pretty quickly. I'm putting a small amount along the edge of the mat board, which is not actually that easy, and anything that sort of spills over, I give it a quick clean up before I put it on the back of the bookshelf. I line it up as best I can and try to make sure that it's at right angles to the back. I start with all the vertical lines first, and then I simply repeat the process. Here I cut smaller pieces for the horizontal shelves and glues those into place, and again keeping everything at right angles to each other. And here's the final result. I'm pretty stoked with how it's turned out. It did take quite a bit of time, as you can imagine. There's quite a lot to glue together. This has actually had overnight to set up as well, so it's pretty strong and it fits quite nicely in there. And that's the right hand side is the only difference there is I've actually added in a door. That's just to connect the two sides of the project together. And once this is all painted up, I'm sure that any imperfections that are in any of the horizontal or vertical lines will disappear once there's a whole lot of books in there. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.